Welcome back here to Joe Wolf Field for the bottom half of the 8th inning. It'll be for the SteepleCats, their top of the lineup. Due up against the new pitcher for the Nighthawks is Jared Yoakum. SteepleCats with a 7-0 lead.
Well, the way this is going, Robert, all you can do is reset. I've used that word a lot tonight, but that's what this team needs to do. Totally change their thinking and try to pull a 180 because it's not been looking good the past few games. And, you know, they're lucky that they're home tomorrow as well in front of their hometown fans.
And the first pitch to Rioto popped up in the foul territory. Two Nighthawks giving chase. They're going to run out of room 0-1. You're right, a 180 is the only hope going into the 9th inning.
Yep, and going home, too. You know, no runs on just 5 hits, 3 errors, middle relief. Gave up a couple of runs tonight. You know, 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th for the SteepleCats. And it's a combination. Now it's fielding that you mix into it for the past few games. 3
errors committed defensively for the Nighthawks in this one. All by the infield.
And that's the same situation it was in Laconia on Friday night against Winnipesaukee.
SteepleCats without any errors. And pitch misses inside and may have gotten the umpire. Ball on a strike on Nick Rioto.
What did they say? 5,162 fans here tonight. That is huge. That's a testament to this franchise and to this town and the surrounding towns here in the Berkshires. Good job.
Fans coming from Williamstown, the Pittsfield area, and even Adams. The 1-1 in the air to left center. Going over, it'll be Dennison making the catch. 1 away. And not an empty seat in the house tonight, and you can pick nobody's going to leave until the fireworks show is done.
Well, the Nighthawks might want to leave before the fireworks are done. They might want to head back to White River Junction as soon as possible after this one.
Guys aren't going to want to stick around for the fireworks?
No. If anything, there might need to be some fireworks in the clubhouse tomorrow. 5,162 is the official attendance, so good job by North Adams tonight and the NECBL.
And pitch misses downstairs to Dustin Shirley. The Nighthawks want an appeal. Now they appeal, and he did not go. That was a very late appeal.
Looking ahead to the top of the 9th and what could be the last at-bats for the Nighthawks, you'll have A.J. Walden, who came in for Charlie Kincannon to lead off. Al Molina, James Morisano, 5, 6, and 7 batters for the Nighthawks in the top of the 9th. First things first, though, they got to get out of here in the bottom of the 8th.
All those guys hitless in this game.
Yeah, you look at it, and Kincannon and Walden combined 0 for 3. Molina, he's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and Morisano flied out, grounded out twice.
Now the 1-1. Here's the pitch. That misses ball 2, 2-1. It'll be interesting to see what the SteepleCats do pitching-wise in the 9th after Kyle Mora pitching a scoreless 8th and Ryan Tapp pitching the scoreless 7th. Would you leave Kyle Mora out for another inning or bring someone else in to close the game out?
I'd say leave him there. If he gets in trouble, a runner or 2 on base, then pull him.
And that's in the air to right field. Grisanti coming in. It's going to land in front of him for a 1-out single for Dustin Shirley.
Well, the opposite of what the Nighthawks are doing. Shirley's had a pretty good night at the plate. Struck out his first time up, popped out his second time up, but then reached base, walked, and now another single here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Now here's Daniel Holst. Holst with a run scored in this game already. He also has a stolen base. Holst scored in the 3rd inning on the 2-run double by Edward House that got the SteepleCats on the board and set the tone for this game. And here's the pitch. And that is in there for a called strike. 0-1. And the 0-1 misses for ball 1-1. There are fireworks going off out in right field. I think those are just people setting them off in excitement, anticipation.
Precursor.
Exactly right. Just a build-up. And fireworks going off beyond the left field line in foul territory beyond the field of play. And that misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. There's been fireworks going off throughout the last week or so in anticipation. Been a lot of build-up. Just small fireworks. It'll culminate tonight. And the 2-1. Swung on in the air to right. That's going to fall in front of Grisanti again for another base hit. It's 2 on with 1 out. Back-to-back singles for the SteepleCats.
Well, Nighthawks bullpen down the right field line is quiet, and the last thing that Nick Senatiempo wants to do right now is to try to have somebody warm up. He just wants to get out of here as fast as possible, see what his batting order can do in the top of the ninth, but lick your wounds, take your losses, and get back on that bus and make the 2-hour trip back north to White River Junction. Tomorrow's another day. You're only as good as tomorrow's starting pitcher, and they've got Newport coming to town. The Nighthawks do, 6:30 in Maxfield Sports Complex.
Should be a good game. Here's Edward House, the batter. And the pitch to House misses for ball 1-1-0. Shirley almost thought about going to third. Puts the brakes on, heads back to second.
One final in from Mystic. The Schooners beat Winnipesaukee tonight by a score of 5-2. They're still in action down in Newport. The only other game going on in the NECBL tonight. Top of the 8th inning, and Ocean State leading at Newport by a score of 4-2.
Thank you, Dave, for the update. And that's huge news if you're the SteepleCats fan with Winnipesaukee falling. The SteepleCats will be able to jump into third place if they can hang on in this game.
And I guess if you're a Nighthawks fan, you can hope that game down in Newport, the Gulls against the Ocean State Waves, goes maybe 28 innings. And Newport doesn't get to go to bed until 6 o'clock in the morning.
And how late would be the fireworks?
Down in Newport? I don't know. Maybe there's a curfew down in that town.
And the 2-0 pitch misses 3-0. Hey, you got to get the games in. You got to have a winner. You can't just, So 3 balls and no strikes on Edward House. And the 3-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike, 3-1. Batting here with runners on first and second, 1 out. Last time this game he came up to bat with runners in first and second was back in the third, and he hit a 2-run double. That was with 2 outs in the third. And the 3-1 pitch misses for ball 4, and the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the 8th. SteepleCats looking for insurance.
And now, like I said, the last thing that Coach Senatiempo wanted to do was have somebody warming up down the right field line. Well, guess what? Bullpen activity for the Nighthawks in their bullpen right now.
As the Nighthawks have had trouble getting out of jams in this game. The pitch inside for ball 1-1-0.
Price tonight grounded out to first, popped out to second, walked, scored a run, and popped out to second, but nowhere to put him right now for Yoakum. And the infielders are in on the edge of the grass at the corners. Middle infielders looking for the double play ball. Runners with big leads, though.
And the 1-0 in there for a called strike, 1-1. So a ball and a strike and 1 out. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th. 7-0 SteepleCats. The pitch misses inside, 2-1 to C.J. Price.
7 runs on 7 hits and no errors for North Adams. No runs, 5 hits, and 3 costly errors once again for the Nighthawks. North Adams so far, they have left, count them up, 5, 6, 8 runners on base. Give you the Nighthawks left on base in a moment.
And the 2-1 is in the air to right. That's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Daniel Holst. 9-0 North Adams here in the 8th.
Well, just hit it in the gap between right and center, and it goes from bad to worse here for the Nighthawks, and here comes head coach Nick Senatiempo out once again. See if he makes the pitching change. Going back to how many left on base for the Nighthawks tonight so far, they have stranded a total of 7 runners on base. And remember, back in that 6th inning, they had bases loaded, 1 out, couldn't put anything across. And call to the bullpen has been made once again. And the Nighthawks will have to bring in another pitcher to stop the bleeding here tonight in North Adams. 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd for the SteepleCats, 2 more in the bottom of the 4th, 3 in the bottom of the 5th, and now 2 more here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And with 1 out, North Adams now has a 9-0 lead over Upper Valley.
And we'll let you know who the starting pitcher is on the other side of this break here on the NECVL Broadcast Network. We are back here after the pitching change. Runners at the corners, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. The new pitcher is Nick Jones for the Upper Valley Nighthawks, and he's going to face Easton Johnson, trying to get the Nighthawks out of a jam. The SteepleCats leading 9-0, 2 runs already across this inning. Sidearm delivery swung on and missed by Easton Johnson, 0-1.
Johnson tonight lined out to 3rd, also doubled, scored a run. Sacrifice bunt, reached on an error, scored a run in the 4th, and then fielder's choice 6-4.
The 0-1 pitch misses a ball on a strike to Easton Johnson. Johnson, he doubled and has scored a pair of runs in this game for the SteepleCats. And the 1-1 pitch misses, 2-1. You talk about balanced offense. 7 of the 9 SteepleCats starters have scored at least 1 run in this game. And that's lined foul down the left field line. That could have been more trouble for the Nighthawks. It was close.
I can tell you this, Robert, and not to be sarcastic, but none of the starters in the Nighthawks lineups have scored tonight, as
that
evident
is why
by the score.
It's 9-0.
Yeah.
And yesterday, the SteepleCats, in their 7-4 victory over Sanford, 7 of the 9 hitters reached base safely at least once. And swung on and missed, and Johnson goes down on strikes, 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Noah Vaughn coming to bat. Vaughn 1 for 4 in this game, singled and was caught stealing back in the 2nd. Has not reached base since.
And this will be the 2nd time in 3 games. If Upper Valley can't put anything across in the top of the 9th inning, 2nd time in 3 games they've been shut out. The other game was their last one on Saturday night at home against the Valley Blue Sox, where they lost 11-4.
And the pitch to Noah Vaughn misses 1-0.
Have some activity in the SteepleCats bullpen. You wonder, because this 8th inning, bottom of the 8th, is taking so long, that they'll just bring a pitcher in so nobody gets sore arms.
And that is in there for a called strike. 1-1.
They go to the bottom of the 8th inning down in Newport. Ocean State still with a 4-2 lead over the Gulls. And one final, Mystic at home beat Winnipesaukee 5-2.
And that's over the head of a diving shortstop, a base hit. Scoring from 3rd is House. On his way to 3rd is C.J. Price. To 2nd goes Noah Vaughn. He slides in safely. Just under the tag. It's 10-0 SteepleCats. Runners at 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs.
Well, I almost thought that throw from left field beat it. Molina apparently didn't apply the tag, but a good job of hitting by Vaughn. Gets another RBI, another double. And the onslaught continues here in North Adams. 10-0 SteepleCats on top of the Nighthawks, as North Adams has runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs.
Dave, when it was no score going into the bottom of the 3rd, looking like a pitcher's duel, did you imagine it turning into this?
No, not this. I had my doubts, but no, nothing like this.
Since then, the SteepleCats' bats have just been on fire.
You know, it calmed down a little bit in that bottom of the 6th inning and the 7th inning, but here's the thing, top of the 6th, we talk about it, we mentioned it a few times, 1 out, bases loaded for the Nighthawks, and they couldn't get anything across. They were left stranded with the bases loaded.
That's right. That was their best chance to score runs, was that 6th inning.
And go figure.
And the pitch is popped up in the center field. And it's going to fall in front of 3 defenders. 2 more runs are in. It's 12-0.
Well, Nighthawks are out of this game, and Al should start the bus as soon as possible because there's a miscommunication on 3 players' parts. A soft hit fly ball right behind second base. Hansen was coming in from center field. Dennison coming in from left field. Maul going out, and it dropped, and they were 5 feet away from the ball. It's not like it bounced off of one of their gloves. No one wanted to call it there. Communication is a key. So now Mazza gets in on the act. He gets himself 2 RBIs, or gets himself another RBI, and now it's 11-0. And it's just gotten, I said bad to worse. Now it's gotten ridiculous out on the field for the Nighthawks.
2 runs scoring there. It should be, the scoreboard reads 11, but I believe it's 12-0 as 2 runs have scored.
And you think about this, the top of the order, Nick Riotto, the left fielder for the North Adams SteepleCats, he's 0 for 5 tonight. 2 strikeouts, a ground out, a line out, and a fly out. So the leadoff batter is not getting on at the top of the lineup. Everybody else, though, for the SteepleCats has contributed tonight, and that's what gives them a 12-0 lead here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning and still a runner at first base.
And with those 2 runs there, Dave, now Nick Riotto is the only player on the SteepleCats to not only not have reached base, but to not have scored. Everybody else has scored at least once now.
Well, you know what? Let it go. Let him get to the plate because Brennan's up now and Riotto's on deck.
And the pitch misses inside to Kyle Brennan, 1-0.
A 5 spot put on the board here in the bottom of the 8th inning by North Adams.
It was 7-0. It seemed a lot closer then compared to now when it was 7-0, but 5 runs this inning make it 12-0, 2-0 on Kyle Brennan. Brennan yesterday hit his 2nd home run of the season in the win. His first was against Upper Valley earlier this year. The 2-0 pitch misses, and it's 3-0 to Kyle Brennan.
Well, guess who's on deck? As I mentioned, Nick Riotto. If he gets up, he's got a chance.
3-0 on Kyle Brennan. The 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. 3-1, and Brennan looking to extend the inning for Riotto here. And now, with the excitement of the fireworks, Dave, you got to start to worry. The ambulance was driving out to the outfield, so this is when you have to pray that everybody's okay.
It might be out there. That doesn't have the lights on. It might be out there just for precautionary reasons, too, because where it's parked right now is only about 20 or 30 feet away from where they're going to be setting it off.
Count is full, and you hope that is the case. You hope it's precautionary and that nobody's hurt. So full count on Brennan, and he grounds one to third. Canada fields it, throws it across the diamond, and the inning is over, but not before the SteepleCats add 5 insurance runs and bat around in the bottom of the 8th. They lead it 12-0 as we head to the 9th. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network.